Something different today. First, I'll just show you where I am. Pretty cool place here in the Himalayas. This place is called Hunzuru Homes. I would recommend staying here if you are in the area. And I'll keep the camera on the people down here because it's going to be really relevant to what I'm talking about. I think people who live in the Western world, they have this entitlement, just an unrealistic need for more and more money and enormous amounts of savings and buying more houses and having enormous amounts of wealth. And it makes you think, and I had a similar thing when I went to Africa 2 years ago. Climbed Kilimanjaro, spent roughly a week and a half with a team of, I guess you can call them Sherpas, where we climbed 2 mountains. But knowing how they live their life versus how we live our life in Australia it gives you a reality check, because when you're in Australia, you don't fully appreciate what you have. I don't want to go too deep here, but essentially what I'm saying is these people here would have next to no money. The only thing that they care about is surviving. They just sit there, and if their family gets food and water on the table, they're happy. And that's a very different lifestyle to what we live in Australia. We live to save, make hundreds of thousands of dollars, try and own $1 million homes, try and accumulate enormous amounts of wealth. And it's a dangerous game because it's a never-ending chase of more. And I'm not saying that I necessarily don't want this. I definitely am someone who is chasing more. I'm definitely someone who's chasing more and more success. I'm chasing what I'm doing in my business is fully doing exactly what I'm saying here. But when you come here and you see the people living and you see how much they don't have and how little they actually have, you realize that for some people, and for most people in this planet, they don't need any money to be happy. And it's very humbling to see this when you see people here never angry, never frustrated. They're just there doing their thing, living, surviving, eating, drinking, making sure their family is happy, and that's all they care about. Whereas we in Australia, in Western society, are stressing about how we can't pay our mortgage, or how we're not earning enough money, or the cost of living crisis, or sooking about all sorts of first world problems. And yeah, cool, that's fine. We're privileged people. Our families grew up in that area, and that's just the way the world works, right? But it is very interesting how the human brain can be different in terms of how it has levels of happiness that are different to others. And people who have so little can be so much happier than others who have so much. Yeah, don't know. Interesting concept. For context, we've stayed in this Airbnb for the past 3 nights. We originally planned to stay here for 1 night. We had to drive up a 7-kilometer road down there, so pretty sketchy. It wasn't snowing at the time. We drove in here. We walked about 200 meters up here on this house and planned to spend 1 night there. We then planned to move to drive about an hour and a half to Manali, which is a more popular town, and it's further up the mountain. However, on the first night we got here at 9:50, they put on a feast for us. Fucking amazing food. Honestly, the best food. One of the best spreads I've ever had. Authentic Indian cuisine. Ordered 5 or 6 main dishes. Awesome. Then the next day we decided to stay again. We just accepted the Airbnb of the other joint was just going to have a double payment, so we paid 2 nights essentially at 2 different places just because we wanted to stay in this house a little bit longer. And then it started snowing in the afternoon of the second day. And then essentially what happened was overnight with the snow and through that evening there was a lot of landslides in the area which destroyed the roads access to Manali. And then we now couldn't get to the next Airbnb, and honestly it was fucked. Power off for 24 hours now. We still don't have power now. It's now been, I think, 36 hours without power. The fact is we still got breakfast, lunch, dinner, breakfast again now, and no power. And these guys still are there to serve us as foreigners. and they don't expect anything. Last night we gave the guy a tip. They kept giving us like fire, like wood, and filling up the fireplace every couple of hours, making sure we have coffee and food and everything else, and making sure we're all sorted. And yesterday was interesting because it was probably my first day in a long time without Wi-Fi, and the day felt so long. And this is another topic I want to talk about in this video is that I reckon something we noticed yesterday, without Wi-Fi, without phones, without any connection to the outside world, the day felt so much longer. Honestly, it felt like 3 days. And we were just sitting around talking, yapping, chilling, eating, playing with the dogs. Some snow monkeys just rocked up over there in those trees. We have all sorts of different things. We went for a walk, and the day felt like it was actually like 3 days. Which makes you think that maybe being on our phones all the time and connected to Wi-Fi and stuff is actually fast forwarding our lives, where we don't actually appreciate the present time as much as we should. Interesting. This is some fully raw stuff, so yeah. But yeah, the roads to Manali cop some heavy landslides, like cars getting swept away in floods. So that's where we should have been, but we're not. And now we're debating whether we should still go there because apparently everything's just closed. So now for us, we're leaving tomorrow. Our flight from Kulu to back to Delhi is an hour flight. That's at 11:30. So we have about 24 hours till that flight. So we technically should be staying at the Airbnb we were supposed to be staying on the second night, third night, fourth night. We haven't stayed there yet. This will be the fourth night. If we go there and stay, not sure if it's actually going to be accessible. So yeah, but we'll adapt. It's been pretty cool. Like look at this scenery. Like it's cleared up and got the drone out as well. Got some really cool shots. But yeah, I just thought I'd sit here and reflect on this little chair hanging from the roof. The owner's an absolute legend as well. Just really nice people up in this area of the world. It's funny how you don't need a lot to be happy on planet Earth. But yeah, be back to work in 3 more days, and maybe we'll forget about all of this, but at least I've got this video to remember. So yeah, if you're someone out there who, I don't know, is worried about whether you are wealthy enough or whether you have enough, I'm not saying not to be just happy with being broke or being happy with having not much, but just know that there are people out there that have a lot less than you that are a lot happier than you. And yeah, I don't know what you want to do with that information, but it's just very humbling when you see really poor people not angry, not frustrated, not playing victim. They're just there to survive. They're there to eat. They're there to drink water. They're there to put their family's needs before them and survive and do what needs to be done and take what's in front of them, live with what they have, be content, get around each other, lots of love. Yeah, very similar to Africa, which I loved. So this has been really cool. I'll leave you with a bit of scenery to finish, and I'm gonna take you downstairs just to look at the house. But actually, I'm gonna ask the boys downstairs what they think about this. I've only got about 5 minutes left. Oh, here we go. We'll set off the tree. We've got about 5 minutes left of SD before I run out. But let's take you downstairs. So this house is pretty sick, to be honest. We have the whole house. The water's off at the moment, so we had this room as well. But I didn't sleep in this one. I should have, but I didn't. But nice bathroom as well. But yeah, we'll go downstairs and have a look. As you can see, there's mountains up the back. But this is where the owner stays. He actually stayed here last night, but he didn't stay here the first couple of nights. Got a bit of view here. Got 2 more bedrooms. It sounds like we've got an omelette breakfast. 3 more bedrooms here, sorry. Got omelette? No.
He's eating 2 already, so yours is done. I legit could eat 4 plates of this.
What do you reckon about the people here? Are they happy, sad?
Oh, amazing! They're like grateful to give us what they're cooking. Amazing! Like the service has been elite. Kind of humbling, to be honest.
Yeah, nice, interesting.
The love that they've put into the food, like the time it takes. They're down there slaving away to make sure that we have a nice feed. Incredible.
What do you got here? Omelette,
Scrambled eggs.
scrambled egg, chili,
Toast.
chili.
No chili.
What do you reckon about the people? Happy, sad,
They're just living, brother.
surviving?
Surviving. Yeah. I think they're happy though. They don't know any better.
Yeah, it's interesting.
They all look out for each other.
Yep.
Just do their bit. Get by. Sleep. Wake up. Go again.
Bring the wood up.
Yeah. Start the fire.
Nice. Right, we'll leave it there.